I don't know if you know this, but times are tough right now for a lot of people. We're living through an unprecedented situation. Granted, I believe it's one that will eventually pass over time. We will have a cure, a vaccine of sorts, or just a way to fend off a lot of the dangers that are being presented today. But one thing that will not go away, one issue that will remain constant throughout the rest of my life, are cankers. I want to clear the air right away. Cankers are not the same thing as cold sores. Cold sores, I believe, are the product of some sort of an STD. They're a disgusting, awful thing that 1 in 4 people have, I believe, are the stats that I'm probably making up on the fly. The reason I want to separate the two of them is I consider myself a very clean individual. Obviously one that's really primed and proper. I'm wearing a Goonies shirt, so clearly my life has been figured out. Yet, I suffer from an affliction known as a canker once in a while. These often happen when I drink something too citrusy, such as an orange juice or an orange Julius, which is a combination of orange juice, sugar, and ice. A lot of sugar to make the orange Julius, but I love it so much. You may say, Adam, you're fortunate. You know the cause of your cankers. You don't have to worry about them ever again. All you have to do is avoid orange juice. Well, that's fairly simple to do, and you're right, friend. The problem is cankers can show up another way. And this is the deadly way. The way that I can't avoid. Because I never truly learned how to eat food properly, or not bite my lip or cheeks. I want to take out my brush and paint a scenario for you if you wouldn't mind. The year is 2015. I'm sitting at a food court in downtown Minneapolis in the Skyway with a couple buddies at lunch. I believe we sat in the queue for a while to get a couple tacos from a Mexican restaurant. I was very excited to bite into my taco. I've been working a tough half day of work. It was time for me to celebrate. It was time for me to put my feet up, relax for a half hour or so, and enjoy a nice meal with some friends. I typically like to start the meal out getting my beak wet, so I'll grab my soda, take a swig, preferably with no straw, lid popped, because I like the ice touching the lips. It's a feel-good taste. It feels good on my lips. It feels good on my teeth until later when they rot from the sugar and all the other stuff from Coke. And then I pick up my savory taco. I examine it, the beauty, the cheeses, the meats, the little bit of tomato, a little bit of sour cream and peppers on top. And as I bite in that first powerful bite, it goes right through the meats, right through the cheeses, right through the soft shell, right through the bottom of my lip. And that's when the pain starts. But not so much the physical pain, but the mental, the emotional pain. Because old Adam Bear's been down this road before. He knows it's a bumpy one. He knows it's a road that's not going to end for a few weeks. And during that time, this volcanic eruption that's made its way onto my lip is there to stay. It's there to build up that magma and those juices. It gets them flowing. It gets them boiling to the surface until it eventually erupts in pain, in agony. I truly believe that women who say childbirth is the worst pain one can experience have never had a canker sore. I bring this experience up today because I just, did it again, Britney Spears. Right here. Let's enhance. This is about a week in. Sorry you had to see that. It was painful just to show you because exposing it to the climate, to the air, even indoors, is painful. I don't want to relive what I just did. But I did it for you. To prove my struggle is real. Now I want to lead you back to that food court because this tale has only just begun. As I bit down on the lip and time froze all around me, I could see it in my buddies' eyes. They knew what had happened. They'd been there before. They've experienced that pain. And they knew all too well what I was going through. What couldn't comfort me, though, was the fear that washed over my entire being. Because I knew that now that has taken place, now that this is there, the lip expands a bit. It puffs out a bit. There's a new bump formed. The tooth and the rest of its family are naturally drawn to the power of the canker. They want to go back. They want to return to their master. The canker wants to be found. So what happens on subsequent bites is my teeth are trying to find their way to what they believe is their new home, the new gum line, aka my canker. They will do anything in their power to get there. So every bite now that should have been a fun, magical experience, a nice break time for me, becomes this art of war, of me fighting my own mouth, trying to avoid biting again on that same spot, which is nay impossible to avoid. Since history is such a cruel, heartless bitch, it once again comes true. I bite down on that canker sore a second, nay, a third and fourth time throughout the meal. And each time is worse, the teeth sinking, embedding further into the lip. Tears stream from the eyes, tears of pain, of sorrow, of heartache. By the fifth time, my friends have all but given up. All they see before them is a empty shell of a man, a swollen husk of a lip that once was, and what remains of the tattering bits of a once perfectly, beautifully formed lip. In its place, an ugly, intrusive creature, a monster from the depths of hell that will not leave. And there's no cure as far as I know. Once that visible enemy has unpacked his bags and is decided to stay a while, there's nothing you can do but wait it out and hope that it will end quickly. Because it gets worse by the day. The symptoms, they don't end. They don't end pretty. The thing in the second week makes itself very well known. It hurts like a bitch. And that's putting it mildly. Biting the inside of the cheek is maybe the worst pain I've ever experienced. And I've once been punched in the dick. Granted, the size of my penis isn't that large. Even saying that large implies it's large. So that's already kind of a misnomer. Paranoia really sets in on day 3 and 4 after you've bit down on that spot like 15 times. You are completely hesitant to take anything salty, anything spicy. It's hard to even drink water, brush the teeth. Those bristles, they start to scrape against the side of the lip, in the cheek line. It's just, the whole thing's a complete shit show. And no remedy that I know of works. I've tried them all. You know, swishing celery juice, swishing lemon water, tea, swishing a gallon of bleach, Pine Sol, Lysol, all the things. Somehow getting a source of light inside of my body and heating it up that way. None of the common tips and tricks work. We must endure. We must stay the course. That's the cure. We must overcome the obstacles laid out in front of us. Keep our head down. Stay true. Take small bites. Be wary of the canker that's right in front of your face. Try not to get too close to it. Keep a distance with the teeth. Don't touch. Don't want air to get on that thing. You have to let it go away on its own. Because until there's a cure, what else can we do? What else can we do? On a somewhat related note, I went to Chipotle a couple days ago. I ordered online and waited outside using the app for my food to come out to me. And a gentleman and his mother walked inside the store thinking they could go through the line. The gentleman inside was wearing a mask because of what's going on. Politely told them they have to order on the app. He walked out of the restaurant chain with his mom and loudly said, so that the 8 or 9 of us who are distance around the store could hear, "Come on, Mom, we're not putting up with these liberal snowflakes. We're going to Subway." This was on Mother's Day, which I assume is the only time he saw his mom for the year. There was a lot to unpack in this encounter. 1, did he want to get in like a fist fight in front of a Chipotle on Mother's Day with his mom? 2, he was probably in his late 40s, early 50s, so his mom, in her 70s, she's highly at risk. Probably shouldn't be hanging out with her unless he lives with her, which is entirely possible based on his appearance and the car he drove, but whatever. 3, did Subway become like the alt-right restaurant of choice? I didn't really get the throwing out of the Subway there at the end, like it was a jab against us and Chipotle, like we don't know Subway exists, but whatever. Anyway, cankers suck ass, and so does everything going on right now. I want you to know you're not alone though. And until we find a cure for this goddamn canker issue, I just think we have to be safe. We have to be careful. Thank you. And good night. I've never ended like that. I don't know why I ended like that, but I have no other way. I have no other way right now.